Hey guys, welcome to my video. For today's tutorial, I will be teaching you how to make the mesh stitch join as you go method. To begin, all you're going to need is some yarn and a crochet hook. For this tutorial, you will need some squares that you want to join together. I have made these two basic granny squares that I will be joining together. I can have that tutorial listed down below. You're going to need to know how to make chains, the slip stitch, single crochet stitch, and be familiar with the mesh stitch and the regular join as you go method. I have videos on all of those and I will have them listed down below. So we have both of our squares that we want to join together, but we're going to be focusing on one of those squares right now. We need to make the mesh stitch all the way around one of our squares. So you're going to make a slip knot. I have a tutorial on how to make a slip knot. I can have it listed down below. And you're going to join that slip knot in any previous corner of your square. Make 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then make 1 single crochet into that same corner space. Now we're going to start our side. Make 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3. Skip any previous 3 stitches and into this open space right here, make a single crochet. Make 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. Skip 3 stitches into this next space, single crochet. Make 3 chains, skip 3 stitches into this next space, single crochet. Make 3 chains, skip 3 stitches into this next corner space, single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet, all into that same corner space. Now our sides are going to stay the same. You're going to make 3 chains to skip any 3 stitches, make a single crochet into any previous chain space, and then keep doing that. And then the corners are staying the same, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. You're going to repeat that until you get all the way around to the first chains that you made in this row. So I've made it all the way around my first square. Once you make it back around to the chains that you made at that first corner, you're going to slip stitch into those chains to complete this row. And I did want to let you guys know here that this join is easy to adapt to other squares or motifs. So right now I am using a granny square, and I said I was working these single crochet stitches into previous chain spaces, right? But if you're working on a different square or motif, say you're working on a solid granny square, instead of working into a chain space, you would be working that into a previous stitch. So I hope that makes sense on how you could adapt it to another square or motif pattern. You would just adapt it to that particular pattern. So now we need to start working on our second square. We're going to be making that same mesh stitch until we get to the joining part where we will bring in our other square and we will join them together. So you're going to make a slip knot, tutorial listed down below. Bring that into any previous corner space. So this mesh stitch is going to be the same. Make 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make 1 single crochet into this same corner space. Make 3 chains to skip any previous 3 stitches. Make 1 single crochet into the next chain space. 1, 2, 3 chains, single crochet in the next space. 1, 2, 3 chains, 1 single crochet into the next space, 1, 2, 3 chains, 1 single crochet into this next corner space, and just stop with that single crochet. Bring in your other square that you want to join, slip stitch into that corner space that corresponds with the corner space you just worked into. You're going to bring your squares together, and we're going to be working this join along this side. Slip stitch back into the corner that we had just made that single crochet into. Slip stitch into that corner. Now we're going to be making 1 chain instead of the 3 that we were making. slip stitch into the next chain space on the square that we are joining into. So you can see this is that mesh stitch we made along that square into this corresponding next chain space of that mesh stitch. Make a slip stitch, make one chain, slip stitch into the next chain space on the square that we are working, make one chain, slip stitch into the next chain space on the square that we are joining, make one chain, slip stitch into the chain space on the square that we are making, make one chain, slip stitch into the chain space on the square that we are joining, make one chain, slip stitch into the next chain space on the square that we are working, make one chain, slip stitch into the next chain space on the square that we are joining together, make one chain. When you get to the next corner space, you're going to bring those two corner spaces of each square together and slip stitch into both of them. Now you're going to make 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, and then into the square that we are working on, you're going to make 1 single crochet into that same corner space. So this is how that join is looking. You can see how it's going to match, even though it doesn't have the chain 3s. It's going to be chain 1. It just looks much cleaner done with a chain 1. I've practiced this with the chain 3. You could do it that way if you wanted to. This looks much cleaner and matches more with the mesh stitch doing this the chain 1 way. Now when you get to this point, you're going to continue our regular mesh stitch around 3 chains to skip any previous 3 stitches, 1 single crochet into the next chain space, corners stay the same, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, back until you get to these chains that you made at the beginning. So I've now made it around that square that I have been working on. Here's that join, and then you just continue the regular mesh stitch around. And then when you get to the chains that you made at the beginning of this row, you're going to slip stitch into them to complete this row or to complete this join. And that is going to be how to make the mesh stitch join as you go method. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more from me. You can follow me on all social media at crochetmelovely, all one word. Please leave me any feedback down below for future videos and tutorials that you would like to see. Thank you guys so much for being here and have a great day.